test is like it's usually 50 to 100 questions, and it's all about your personality. And
Okay.
it'll give you, I think it's a 1 through 9 are the
I just
like
did
different
mine.
personalities. And I think my number one was a 2 or a 9. I don't remember. I took it about 2 years ago, I think. And it like actually defines you exactly like how you would like react to certain things in a work environment, like how your personality is in certain situations. Like it's really cool. I recommend taking it honestly if you have like 20, 30 minutes to sit down and actually take a test and figure out like who you are.
Have you ever used that test and compared that to your like astrology chart?
Yes, I'm really into Zodiac. I tried to get
I think it's a load of baloney, but
I tried to get
how you gonna tell
Chandler
me
to
how some stars are
download
supposed to make me feel?
Well, actually, I'm kidding.
Zodiacs are very, very, very accurate.
Are you?
Yeah, well,
All
yeah,
right.
like the
Why is it accurate? Let me hear this.
Well, so at least, and I mean, I've asked people like there's a doctor I actually work for who is he's 35 and I wasn't really into zodiacs, but he like sat down every single person in our office and was like, "You're gonna take this thing and write down your zodiacs, and you're just gonna tell me what your zodiac is." So we all wrote down our thing, and then he goes, "Okay, now I'm gonna tell each one of you what you are, like how you are as a person," and not one person was he wrong.
Yeah, but
ain't that kind of
It's
judgmental?
all based on.
isn't that stereotyping?
You know?
Well, I guess it is stereotyping to an extent, but it's just like I don't know, it's just something if you know a lot about astrology, it's neat to understand because it's all about your time of place of where you were born at, the month, day, and year. Like it's like several factors. So not everyone is the same. So
Taylor.
even though I'm a Scorpio, I'm also like my rising's in Aquarius and my sun or my moon is in Leo.
Okay.
So I have personality traits of 2 different other zodiacs.
So what
But
does that mean? Like, what is it? What is a Scorpio?
okay, so I'm
I
a
mean, she
Scorpio.
likes scorpions sometimes.
Get over here!
You be
No,
playing him on Mortal
because
Kombat.
Scorpios, so they're more of like very hot-tempered, stubborn, but loving kind of people.
Okay.
But then you also like my moon's in Leo, and Leo is kind of like very judgmental, but very loud. Like they'll tell you exactly how they feel about you when they feel about you and don't hold back. And then Aquarius is like they're very sweet and loving and generous kind of people. And I think I'm about all of those at any point in time of the day.
Okay. So so you seem very familiar with your zodiac signs. What would you predict I was?
Oh, I don't know what people. I can't tell what people are. Like I know what I am, but I'm not good about that.
He's an aquarium.
Yeah, I'm Aquarium.
No. Are you an Aquarius?
Yeah, I am. That's my
I got
main
it right,
trait.
dude. He's an aquarium.
Yeah.
I just got done with this test, and
Okay,
it's
what are you?
37% acts of service.
So yours
So
is
what are
yours is acts of service.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's your
That's
secondary?
your highest?
Oh, I just exited out. I think it was words of affirmation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the second one was physical touch, or the third was physical touch.
So words of affirmation and acts of service.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
My zodiac sign said I was gonna wake up this morning.
I cried.
I'm a Scorpio.
Jesus Christ.
Call me the the Acambo model's pre-nerf because I'm Cancer. Oh my gosh. I'm a lovable Leo until someone steps on my tail. Team Gemini. Yeah, Nikki's a Gemini.
See, I feel like for me personally, and again, I might be stepping on toes when I say this. If you're gonna let someone who wrote a blog on, on some sort of website to tell you how you should like wake up in the morning and how you should go about your day, then you're wrong. In my opinion, if you're letting some stars tell you how you feel, you're wrong.
Well, there is. All right, so where it gets a little weird is when you look up, statistics for a lot of the zodiac signs. So I think a lot of the major world leaders were Scorpios or some in the July month. June or July month, whatever one that is.
Leo.
No, Leo is August.
They're July and August.
Oh, okay. The only reason why I know that is because my mom is a Leo and she's very
So
talkative.
With zodiacs, it falls under like I'm a Scorpio, but October and November can be Scorpios, and then Sagittarius can be November and December.
Okay, Sagittarius.
All I know is we talking about a bunch of Beyblades right now.
In total agreement with people into their daily horoscopes. What do you mean, Mom?
Thank you, Mom. Support that.
Yeah. I mean, I just, for me personally, I just feel like, there's some days where you could wake up and you hate the world and whatever, because you had a bad night or whatever. And that can go about your day, and you could not act like I'm a Taurus, I guess, and you could not act like a Taurus, or, so it's, I feel like it's whatever you choose to go about your day with, the attitudes and stuff. So.
So, all right, are you into astrological compatibility then? Like,
Yes.
You are? Okay. So you have to be zodiac compatible with your significant other.
No, I don't think that. Like I don't think that. I just think it's neat to understand like how you react together as zodiacs. Like I don't think like Chandler actually are like 99% compatible through our zodiac.
Even though you are.
Which is kind of funny, but it's like it tells you like just look up you and Nikki, for example, and just start reading like how y'all are compatible, and it'll tell you like how y'all handle situations differently and together, and see if that relates to you.
Oh, I make fun of it, but I'm not saying I don't believe that there's some truth to it.
Yeah, I don't think all of it's right. Like I will not stand by you and say, okay, this is 100% accurate, because obviously it's astrological, but I do
don't put your
believe,
don't put blameage or the reason why you're a bad person on your Scorpio sign.
I don't believe that.
I see that all the time on social media. This girl's like, "Oh, I just lit a elementary school on fire today because
I'm a Libra."
Taurus, Yeah, and it's like, dude, no, that's not how that works. Like that shouldn't be a thing.
No, I did like a little bit of Facebook research, I guess, and so I would go through to all the relationships that I thought were. I mean, again, this is very subjective, but I went through all my Facebook friends that had been together in what I deemed as like a long-term relationship. And by long-term, probably like 2 or 3 years plus. So I went through, and most of them were technically astrologically compatible. Because I did a little bit more digging, and I would look up their birth dates.
Oh God!
I was all right. Listen. I know that sounds weird, but I was like, all right, well, because I was looking at the statistics for, the world leaders, who commits more crimes based off their zodiac sign, and it's very interesting. So I was like,
I bet.
What?
I was gonna say, I bet the number one is a Zodiac killer.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I my results for my test too.
Okay, so what's yours?
So my number one is quality time, then words of affirmation, and then physical touch, and then acts of service, then receiving gifts is last. You think that's true, Chandler?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let it.
If you want it to be, make it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Non-capillatory. I compared mines to Casey, and it was spot on, to be honest. My last relationship was with an Aquarius. We lasted 17 years. Aquarius is apparently the rarest sign, though, so I'll take it. Just kidding. Yeah. So you've never taken like a personality quiz, Chandler?
Not in my own time. I think Alexis was like, "Hey, here's my phone. Like, answer these 5 questions real quick," and I was just like, "Okay." But like, I've never gone out to like, search up these signs and all that. Like, that's just something that doesn't interest me.
Knowing your own personality and how it interacts with other people.
Well, I feel like it depends, on you. That's where it goes back to where I guess you could have like some belief in it, and that's fine. But I feel like for me personally, I don't, as long as you're a good person, and we vibe together, then it is what it is. I'll be cool with you. You know, I think it's more of a respect thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't like you because you're of your sign, you know, and all that mess, you know.
Well, I'm talking about like the personality quiz. What is it? The Myers-Briggs that tells you if you're an introvert, extrovert, you feeling or perceiving, or feeling or intuition. And then I don't remember what the rest are, but it's like INFJ, INFP, something like that.
But
I actually had to take that for my boss before I got hired at the job I was at. Was the Myers-Briggs test.
Is this the same boss that made you do the Zodiac thing?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, that's interesting.
But it's like, would you rather have a piece of paper tell you that, or would you rather like have acts? You know what I'm saying? That tell you
I would
like
rather,
certain things.
well,
You know?
it's all based off acts. Like when you take the Myers-Briggs question, it actually gives you real life scenarios and how you would handle it as a person.
Well, so the counter argument to that is it's subjective. So you would,
Yeah.
although you would imagine yourself doing something heroic or something like that,
Yeah.
you might not initially do that in the actual moment. The reason why I do agree though with Myers-Briggs or getting to know someone's personality through those tests is because it's more of like an informational map instead of just trying to figure it out on your own. Like, here's a map of Lawrenceville, or here's a map of Gwinnett, and instead of just here, drive through Gwinnett until you learn the roads, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's why my boss actually made everyone before they got hired take it, because obviously you go in for your interview and you do a working interview, but they don't know you actually like as a person outside of those 2 times of meeting you, at least like when we got hired. So like he said it was like a baseline to see how you act. Like, are you gonna be an introvert at work? Are you gonna be an extrovert? Are you like a leader? Are you more like submissive when it comes to like orders and stuff? And he used it as a baseline to figure out people before like obviously working with them for a long period of time.
Well, I feel like that also goes back to like, again, I don't think it's okay, but like IBM had that thing where they had all these people come to a dinner or whatever, and again, it's a big software company, and they want you to be able to solve problems and stuff. But the people, when they sat down before they hired them, it was a big old dinner, right? Several tables. They watched and they were filming, and the people who salted their food before they tried it, they didn't hire them, right?
What?
Because they saw that as an act of, oh, they're not gonna, see how this works out first. They're just gonna go straight to this. So they literally did not hire any person that salted their food. It didn't care. They don't care who you were, what you looked like. If you salted your food right before you took a bite of it, they didn't hire you. And that was their thing of.
Mine was done though after I got hired. Like I got hired and it just had to be due before my first day at work.
Yeah.
So
But,
mine
like,
wasn't like
For me, I feel like
major
that's
break.
kind of like huge. It's like you're really not going to hire a person because of that. But at the same time, I could kind of understand because they're, that's just a little test that they did,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but when you take it to the extreme, like of just not giving anybody the chance, that seems a
Yeah.
little irrational.
Yeah.
I mean, but take it from a standpoint to where people don't, like, they took a personality test and it shows that they don't really like to change or they don't like to improve or something like that.
Yeah.
And do you want to really waste your time on somebody like that doesn't want to improve or doesn't want to change or do anything?
But at the same time, are you going to let a piece of paper tell you that? Or do you want to actually, give them a chance and spend some time
That's the
with them?
question. That's the question. Like, do you want to put forth your energy to see if this is going to succeed or fail? And I mean, that's the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would give them a chance.
I'd give him a chance because I feel like if I bring you on, at least for me, let's say, I have a big selling company or whatever, that or I'm partnered with someone who needs to go sell this product, whatever, and you're trying to do marketing, right? And I'm in the marketing branch and I'm going to hire all these people to do my marketing, I'm going to want those people who are going to sit down in a meeting and be like, oh, this and this and are talkative. But if somebody's quiet, and not really, twiddling their thumbs and like, not really taking advantage of the situation, not being outgoing as you would want for a marketing person, I'm not just going to like, cut them and put them aside,
right.
because they could be nervous, they could be, they could be their first time, applying for a job, or they don't have a job that's been this big or whatever, where it's like I feel like you shouldn't just cut them away instantly. You should probably put them out in the field and get them, used to it versus, oh, this piece of paper is going to tell you that you're not outgoing and you're not a, person that would be qualified for this job,
Well, for me, my personality really, it's so weird because a lot of these tests say that your personality is pretty stagnant across your entire lifespan. But for me, every time I take it, it's very subjective. And it just depends on what mindset I'm in, how I'm coming about it, or the way I approach the question. And I literally get something different every single time. Like the last time I took the test, I got INFJ, which is what Kaler typically gets.
Mm-hmm.
The time before that, I got like Ian something, or Ian something. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's like, who's to say that someone was basing your job, or your, your whatever, something huge off of that, and you came into it, you didn't have your cup of coffee or whatever, so you weren't energized, so you thought about it differently,
Split personality. Or it could be my Aquarius air nature,
But you know what I'm saying? Like it could just be like, it could be an off day for you, so of course you're going to think differently on certain things,
Yeah. Have you heard about Facebook segregating people into like personality, or like how do you feel about
I'm not really too big on Facebook, but
well, how do you feel about like social media using your
I don't think there should be
information?
I don't think there should be filtering for who you should find on social media,
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Instagram. I don't like how they show not all my followers anymore. Like, I can go on Instagram and I don't see someone's post that I follow.
Be
and
like
I'm
the
really
same
interested.
7 people all the time.
Yeah, like I don't see their
Yeah.
post for like 3 days.
Yeah, I think that's stupid. I
why?
think you should be able to view everyone's stuff like at the top of the list, That's kind of why I'm not going to throw you under the bus here, but like with YouTube and stuff, if you like search up any video, it's the top viewed video. That's going to be the
Right.
first one, right?
Right.
Where it's like you have to scroll through 9 different pages to find a video that you actually saw, or like someone you want to actually check out, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Twitch though. You go and click on, a video game that you want to see, and it's going to have that top streamer with, 30,000 people in it, and then you have to scroll through 9 different pages to view someone who's got like, 10 or 15,
Right.
And I feel like it shouldn't be that way,
Well, I mean, some would say that YouTube is using your information to send you recommended material based off your personality.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, it does that, but at the same time, I shouldn't feel like whenever I go to type in like an Overwatch video on how to play this character, as an example, the top one and below, it's always ranked in
Views.
how many views,
Right.
or how many followers, or how many likes, or whatever, Which like I feel like it shouldn't be like that,
No,
Does that
I
make
mean, I completely agree. I think discoverability for even the smaller guy, Daydreams. I think
Yeah,
that
hashtag dream team.
yeah, hashtag dream team. I think that that's important, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of monopolized on who controls whatever topic. Like you said, if you're trying to search for something on Overwatch, like there's that one guy
Yeah.
that has all the Overwatch content.
Yeah. And if you try to upload a video and yours could be, 3 times as good as that, you're not going to get the same amount as, coverage because of the way that they have it set up,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's just the way the world is, because I mean, if you go on, that's the same thing with any other thing. It's all about popularity and all that, Same thing if you go on Twitch, it's going to show you something that's got, unless you're following the person, if you look at a tweet or something that's on a Discover page or something, it's got